Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Vex here again, and we are back with the Ultimate Racing League's League 1 drivers. This round is the penultimate round, and we are at the Nürburgring Nordschleife with the GP layout. So this is a 24-hour loop, if you want to call it that. And I've been reliably informed that the grid is in fact a reverse grid based off the championship standings. So if we have a quick look at the grid, we have got Conrad. He's on pole currently. We got Paul in second place. Jerry is there in third. Inti is in fourth. We got Moz in fifth. Molson is sixth. Love Rocket is seventh. We got Admin in eighth. Grasshopper ninth. Wayne G 10th. Chuck is 11th. Wadru is 12th. And Toby at the back in 13th. So without further ado, should we get into this first race? I think it's going to be a good one. Let me just cue. Klaxon boy, get your ass here. He's here. And they're off. Here's go, go, go. Oh, look like Molson. He's dead on the line in the background. I think he had a false start there. Conrad looking like he's actually been overtaken by Paul. Paul's managed to go up the inside early. Incy's following him as well. He's also got Jerry Smiles putting him on pressure. Oh, a bit of contact there between Incy and Conrad. Did get a little bit congested, didn't it? Moz has managed to move through to second place. He's in the first of the VGTs. Thomas. Is Thomas here this evening? We'll have to have a look. I think we might be missing Thomas this evening. But anyway, Jerry Smiles, he's there up to third place. He's had a good start as well, hasn't he? We've got Admin and Conrad now having a bit of a battle. Admin, he took a bit of a deeper line, but he actually managed to go around the outside there. So very brave move there from Admin. Cracking stuff already. So Conrad down to fifth place. He was in the race lead, wasn't he? And in fact, Admin just getting the move done on Jerry Smiles there as well. So Jerry Smiles dropping to fourth now. He's going to have Conrad pressuring him, I'm sure, as well. He has actually got Toby in tow. Toby has been fast all season, hasn't he? He's currently up to sixth place. He started at the back of the grid. It was to be expected. He's been absolutely rapid, hasn't he? Love Rocket, he's there in eighth place. He's just got that seventh place taken away from him by Incy. And in fact, Toby with a mistake. He's dropped down to seventh place. Has he? No. Grasshopper's there on his outside. So Toby and Grasshopper now having a bit of a ding-dong. And Chuck there as well. So they're three wide. They're still on the GP loop at the moment. They're about to come onto the Nordschleife for the first time. Chuck came off better out of that. He's up to eighth place. So we've got Toby dropping a 10th. And then we've got Wadru. Oh, in fact, I think... Where's DJ? Oh, sorry, Grasshopper's there in 10th. He's about to lose that place, though, isn't he, to Wadru? His teammate, he's got a 0.5 second penalty as well as Grasshopper, as they just come up to, I think it's the first or the second turn of the Nordschleife. It would be the first turn on the time trial, wouldn't it? This would be the second turn. This one, turn 3. So, yeah, everyone following a bit of a train now. Wadru's there in 11th place. He's behind his teammate at the moment. He's also got Molson there. Molson in 12th. Molson had a false start, didn't he? That was unlucky there from Molson. I think he just jumped the gun a little bit on the start and it cost him. We got Wayne G. Wayne G is down in 13th place, so out of position at the moment is Wayne G. Let's see if he can do anything come the later stages of this race. Obviously, 2 30-minute races, I believe it is this week, around the Nordschleife. Paul is leading the train at the moment. He's had a great getaway. He managed to take that first place away from Conrad and he's cemented it thoroughly. He's pulled out a bit of a gap now. He's got some breathing space over Moz, who's there in second place. Moz has got Admin to contend with as well, though. And I think as we went down, we didn't see Thomas, did we? So Thomas is missing this evening. Thomas has had a good run as well, hasn't he, this season? Obviously, only 2 rounds to go, this one and one more. And it is looking very close at the top. Well, I can tell you that I think Toby is pretty much all but sewn it up. I think Wadru's got a little bit of work to do if he wants to try and topple Toby, but he's right on his heels. Oh no, we've had Jerry. Oh, there's been a big pile up in the background there. I think it was Jerry. Jerry went off and then everybody's gone into him. Inzy has managed to make it up to 4th place. Toby got through that unscathed. He's up to 5th. Love Rocket is there in 6th. Who was it who got... Oh, and then we can see a gaggle of cars forming now. Molson is at the front of it. We've got Molson there in 7th. We've got Grasshopper in 8th. Conrad is in 9th. So I think Mawson, possibly, he managed to get through there unscathed as well, although he has got a slight bit of damage to the front of that car. You can see his bumper flashing there on the damage indicator bottom left of your screen, which has now disappeared. So obviously not having to pit to get rid of the damage in this series. But maybe that's something to look into in upcoming ones, possibly. But yeah, Mawson doing alright at the moment. He's managed to make it up to 7th place. He's got a little bit of breathing space over Grasshopper, who's there in 8th. Grasshopper still holding that 0.5 second penalty. But it shouldn't affect him too much. He's got a bit of breathing space over Conrad, who's behind him in 9th place. Conrad dropping to 9th now, so I think Conrad, he was in 5th, wasn't he? So he must have got caught up in the shenanigans we saw happen. Well, we didn't really see it happen, did we? We just saw the aftermath of it. I think a few people getting caught up in there. So we got Wadru is in 10th place. We got Wayne G in 11th. Chuck 12th. Jerry Smiles all the way down in 13th now. That's unlucky, Jerry. I think Jerry was the initial driver to lose control. I think Paul's at a moment now. He's got Moz all over his rear bumper. He's got Admin in tow as well as they come into carousel for the first time. All getting through there relatively unscathed. It looked like Admin trying to go for the higher line to try and get past Moz, but I don't think he was really going to get it done there. There is plenty of overtaking opportunities coming up. I was about to say overtaking. Plenty of overtaking opportunities coming up in the remainder of this race. Obviously we're only 5 minutes in, nearly 6 minutes. Paul is still currently your race leader. Can he do it? Can he hold on to that first place? He's doing a cracking job at the moment, is Paul. I'm sure he is very aware of the train forming behind him now. I believe everyone running the mediums in this first race. We'll have a look down through the pack and see what tyres they are running, but I think it is similar tyre rules to the normal format, the regular Sunday format, which in League 1 at the moment they're running softs in race 1, mediums race 2 and hards in race 3. So I'm going to hazard a guess this evening and say they'll probably be running softs and then mediums in race 2, or will it be a pit stop with maybe softs and mediums on offer, so maybe a one stop. We'll have to wait and see. Moz really starting to pressure Paul now. He's all over his bumper. He's looking for the move. He's going to try and stick his nose up the inside, but he's not quite close enough that time around. Or is he? Oh no, he has. He's gone for a dive. He's hit Paul. He's had to wait for him, but he's taken Paul out. Paul managing to rejoin in 3rd place. He hasn't lost too much time, but he's lost that 1st place. Admin is up there. He's your new race leader. He has got his teammate Inti there for company to cover him off as well against the other drivers. It'll be interesting to see if how the team rules fare on. I can't quite remember. I'd have to have a look at the tables to see where Admin is in the standings and where Moz is. No, it isn't Moz, is it? Where Inti is. I will do that now, as Inti is still chasing his teammate down of Admin. We got Moz. Moz has managed to pass Paul now as well. Paul losing that 3rd position. He's also at risk of losing that place to Toby as well. Toby all over him now. He's also got Rodders there for company. He's brought him along with him, brought him along to the party. So yeah, in fact, oh no, there's Love Rocket. He has a moment. Love Rocket, he spun the car around. He's still going though, isn't he? He has got a car going, but it's taken him a little while. So he has lost sight of the top 5 now. That's unlucky, Love Rocket. So your top 5, in fact, Inti managing to take the race lead now. So we have a new race leader again. I did say that may have happened. And in fact, so maybe there is no team orders, because Admin is currently sat in 6th place and Inti is down there in 10th. So Incy trying to maximise his points this evening. And I can also tell you that Toby is currently on... Oh no, that's after this round. After this round, he will be on 314 points and Wadri will be on 245. I probably should have found the tables from last week, but... Shout out to Chuck for doing all the tables for the Sunday leagues. I know a lot of work and effort goes into doing that, and also compiling the reports and whatnot with the other members of the union of stewards. So admin's still trying to pressure his teammate. So these two, definitely, they're well and truly having a battle, aren't they? Admin's still trying to find his way past. He's not giving his teammate a breathing space. I think these two trying to work their way away from the rest of the field now. They're going to try and create a gap just in case. I'm not sure they'll be having to pit, but... Oh my God. Sneezes. So admin still chasing down Incy. This is the second lap now, second time they have entered the Nordschleife in this round, the penultimate round. Obviously the final round this coming Sunday, and then the guys will have a break, short break, and then back into it again. There'll be some promotions and some demotions. It looked like admin getting right up onto the bumper of Incy there, but he had nowhere to go, so he just had to back off the throttle. I think he's making the most of the slipstream at the moment. And the M6 being a very strong car around here anyway. If you've done the circuit experience, then you will know. Admin looking like he might be able to. So in fact, he's actually going for the bump draft. Whilst that is allowed amongst teammates. You can give your teammate a slight boost along the straights if you so choose. I think really he didn't really have many options either. Incy was dead in the centre of the road. He couldn't go left, he couldn't go right, so he opted to just give him a little bit of a boost, but that has cost him somewhat because Toby is starting to creep up onto him now. He's starting to close that gap. He's looked rapid all night in that GTR. I mean, he's been rapid all season, hasn't he? Let's give it up for Toby. He has been super fast. Not even Wadri really being able to dent his stride. Moz still there in 4th place. So he was up to 3rd, but he has dropped behind Toby now. In fact, maybe they're even working together. Maybe Moz felt like, you know, Toby's in the faster car. If he lets him through, he can stick with him, stay in the slipstream, and maybe catch up to the 2 BMWs up ahead. Good tic-tacs. Oh no, Toby! Toby's into the wall. He's into the barrier. Is he? He looked like he was into the barrier. That was... Oh, he definitely was. He's definitely showing damage on that car. You can see the indicator flashing, bottom left. And it has. It's given Moz the run. He's managed to pull alongside. Will he get past Toby though? Toby's got the inside for this one. He's going to have to try to switch back, isn't he, as Moz? And what a great view that is around the Nordschleife. Almost like driving along country lanes. They seem pretty even, to be fair, on the top end. Obviously the GTR used to be an absolute powerhouse, didn't it? I think it may have had a nerf and the top end isn't quite what it used to be, but it's still a very powerful car. That was almost a brown trouser moment there from Moz. It looked like he was going to dip a couple of wheels off onto the grass there, but he managed to hold it. That was some great driving. So the top 4 starting to gap the rest of the field. We've got Paul there in 5th place as he comes around the carousel for the 2nd time. He was leading the race, he was doing so well. He had a moment, and this is where he's dropped to currently. In fact, it does actually look like he's managing to close that gap to Moz now, so we could still see him make up a place or two. All it takes is for one of them guys up ahead to have a moment, and Paul will be there. Then we've got Love Rocket. Love Rocket after his spin, still in 6th place. So doing a very good job at the moment, his rodders. He's in that Karcher livery Beetle, Karcher sponsored Beetle. Molson in the High Time sponsored AMG GT3. It's the newer version, Optus 2, that are on offer in GT7. But he's got that beautiful livery again, livery, however you want to call it. Great paint job, fantastic paint job on it. Then we've got Wadru and Grasshopper, the 2 Corvette teammates. They're still battling it out. 8th and 9th. Wadru looking a little bit uncomfortable again. Maybe the Corvette a bit twitchy around here, around the Nordschleife. I imagine it does well along the GP loop, but obviously very tight and twisty. The nature of the Nordschleife. And as we know, Americans build car for straight lines. Wayne G is up to 10th now, so he has managed to salvage a couple of positions. Not too far off the back of Grasshopper at the moment. I think he's trying to look after his tyres though at the moment. He did say before the race that he thought the tyre wear might be an issue for him. He's doing alright at the moment. I feel like he may be able to catch Grasshopper. Grasshopper isn't too far out of reach. Conrad, oh no, Conrad. Go on board with Conrad, and he's giving us a little drift demonstration, absolutely smoking them tyres as he gets the car going again. He had a really unlucky start as well, didn't he? He started in 2nd and he's all the way down in 11th now, so not having the best of times at the moment. In fact, it looks like he's trying to get the dirt off them tyres. Maybe trying to get some heat into him. He don't want to do it too much though. He's got Jerry Smiles starting to bear down on him. Jerry Smiles is bringing Chuck as well. Don't know what happened to Chuck. So Jerry Smiles currently 12th. Chuck is 13th. As we check in with the race leader, it is still Incy, so Admin not managed to get back past his teammate. He's actually dropped a little way off the back now. I don't think he'll be getting the benefit of that slipstream anymore. He has currently got the fastest lap though, as Alex, with an 8:15.716. And in fact, his and Incy's times are very similar. Incy on an 8:15.729. He is currently doing purple sectors though, so he may be able to snag that fastest lap. That will be an extra point in the bag. Admin still trying to stick with his teammate. He's not too far off the back of him though, is it? There's only a couple of car lengths in it. As I say though, I think he'll be getting more dirty air than anything at the moment, although he does. Ooh, he has a bit of a twitch. In fact, he's been in purple sectors now, so I think maybe he's crept back into that suck zone. Wanting Incy to suck him off around the Nordschleife. Suck him along, even. Toby now under pressure from Moz. Moz is trying to make a move on him again. Toby doing all he can to go defensive. He's making that GTR as wide as he possibly can. Where he can, he's sticking in the centre of the road, not giving Moz an opportunity to come past him. Moz doing really well though to stay with him. He is very, very close, isn't he? He's been looking quick all night as well as Moz. Oh, as he's trying to go the long way round. He's on the outside. He's going to be able to come ahead before they come to the next turn. He has. He's taken that position. That was a great move there from Moz. Absolutely fantastic stuff. I think Toby fancies a bit of that slipstream now. And he's going to get a move done again, isn't he? Toby coming back along the outside. He's going to have the inside when they come into the hard braking zone. But is Moz going to be able to edge ahead? Who's going to brake later? Toby's still there on the outside. He has. He's managed to get through again. So later on the brakes there. Moz. Has he got an answer? It's a cracking battle starting to form here for P3. "20 minutes in." Looking like Moz maybe trying to cool his tyres down a little bit now. He's backed off a little bit, hasn't he? I think he fancies another go. Maybe later on the lap, once them tyres have cooled a little bit, come back into the window. Paul, he's done well, hasn't he? He has definitely closed that gap to Moz. Not as much as I think he would have liked, and he does look like he's suffering a bit with tyre wear. Rodders has definitely closed that gap now again as well, hasn't he? So looking like that small spin that he had didn't actually slow him down at all. It's maybe damaged his tyres a tiny bit, but still got plenty of meat left on him. Wadru's still there in 7th place. In fact, no, they've both moved up a place. Him and Grasshopper both moving up a place. Mawson's dropped to 9th place now, so Wadru moving up to 7th. Grasshopper, he's there in 8th, but he's got Mawson all over his tail now. Mawson wants that place back. Well, he was up in 7th, wasn't he, was Mawson? Can DG do enough to pull away from Mawson? Doing alright at the moment, but he's got a little bit of work to do, hasn't he, to catch up to the rest of the field up ahead of him, his teammate and the others. So Mawson's there in 9th place. Wayne G still in 10th. He's starting to creep up onto him now though, isn't he? He has started to close that gap. Conrad still in 11th. Bit of a lonely race for him now. Can't really see anyone behind him. Well, we just see Chuck coming into the shot then. But yeah, he's going to be having to put in them purple laps if he wants to catch up to the rest of the field. Chuck's still there in 12th. He may be able to catch Conrad before the end of this race. If he doesn't have any moments, I'm guessing that's what's happened. He's had a moment somewhere. We can see damage on that bumper, on his front bumper there, so I think he has had a few meetings with Barry. And then Jerry. Jerry looking like he's really not found his feet this evening in that RA around the nordschliefe. Currently sat in 13th. So admin now has taken the lead of the race again. We missed that move. Unless Inti maybe just backed off and decided to let admin take the lead for a bit. He'd been leading for quite a while, hadn't he, Inti? Perhaps he's trying to save them tyres. He has got better tyres at the moment, it looks like, than admin. As they come around the mini carousel for the 3rd time. I can't imagine they'll get many laps in this race, to be fair. I think it's going to be 4 or 5, isn't it? I think 12.36 miles without the GP loop. Obviously the GP loop probably adds another couple of miles. So Inti now thoroughly in the slipstream of admin. Is he going to have an opportunity to make a move as they come into this final hard braking zone before they come along the start-finish straight around the final turn? Here they are on the start-finish straight. I fancy Inti may be looking for a move into turn 1. Obviously the GP loop probably being the best opportunity for an overtake. And he's having a look. He is having a look. Is he close enough? Not quite close enough that time round. Going for the switchback though, and what a beautiful switchback it was. He's managed to get it done, has he? Admin's still there on his outside. It's a drag race as they come up to turn 3. And Admin's actually won that time round. So Inti having to settle for 2nd place still. He's still got plenty of I nearly said it again. Plenty of overtaking opportunities, not opportaking. Opportunities. Before they come onto the Nordschleife. Maybe Inti actually fancies it on the Nordschleife. That's where he obviously got that move done before, or where Admin did anyway. So Toby's still there in 3rd place. Who have we lost? We've lost someone. I think it's Moz. Moz having a moment. He's down in 7th now. Toby running a little bit wide through that corner. Love Rocket all over his rear now. Looking for that move. I don't think he's going to get it done through these S's. And they're going to now come around this turn and onto the Nordschleife for the 4th time. In fact, no, that was the S there. It's this one here. There we go, they're onto the Nordschleife again. Turn 1. So Toby still managing to keep it in 3rd place. We've got Love Rocket. He's up to 4th now. So, as I said before that spin, really not slowing Dale down. He's got his head down and kept his boot in, and he's doing really well at the moment. He's up to 4th. Paul is there in 5th. He's now being pressured by Wadri, who's there in 6th. What can Wadri do? Can Wadri find a way past Paul? He looked like he was a little bit on the back foot in the first stage of this race, doesn't it? But maybe just trying to save them tyres so we could go for a push at the end. And it looked like he had the pace then, didn't it? He closed right up onto the back of Paul's bumper, but had nowhere to go, so he's had to back out. Not a place where you want to go wide around the Nordschleife. Obviously, you hit that grass, and there's a tiny bit of grass, no runoff, and then barrier, and you don't want to hit the barrier. As well as a hefty repair bill. I believe you also get fined. In the real world. Wadru still trying to find his way past Paul. Paul doing very well to defend against Wadru at the moment. I think he's probably more than aware who he's got behind him. Then we've got Grasshopper in 7th place. So Grasshopper up to 7th, but he's lost sight of his teammate now, hasn't he? So, bit of a lonely race from now on for Grasshopper. Mawson currently 8th. Wayne G has closed that gap now. Wayne G is all over the back of Mawson. He's in that slipstream range. He'll be looking for a move, I'm sure. It looks like Mawson's rear tyre is actually suffering a little bit worse than the fronts. Obviously, in these Sunday championships, it's balance of power, no tune. So the guy's not even being able to balance the tyre well with brake balance. But it does make for some interesting watching. So this is now the final lap of this first race. I said it was a 30-minute race, didn't I? So 2 30-minute races. I said it was probably going to be 4 or 5 laps. It is the 4th lap. Wayne G still chasing Mawson down. Mawson still doing very well to defend against Wayne. And then Moz all the way down in 10th now. Oh, that's heartbreak for Moz. He was having such a good race, wasn't he? In the early stages, but seems to have just fallen apart towards the end. Obviously the next race will be a reverse grid based off of these results. Conrad still there in 11th place. Chuck, it looks like he's had another meeting with the wall. He's had another meeting with Barry. He's got a bit of damage on that car again. And Jerry looking like he's waiting for the AA. Obviously having mechanical issues on that car. Hopefully the mechanics will get it fixed for the next race. You'll have to wait and find out. And I will post that race tomorrow due to time constraints, which is why I've not managed to get the races out as early as I normally would. So Incy, still your race leader. He's still in first place. We've got Incy there in first, Admin second, Toby is in third, Love Rocket still there in fourth, Wadri fifth, Paul is sixth, Grasshopper 7th, Mawson is 8th, Wenigi is 9th, Moz 10th, Chuck, Conrad even 11th, Chuck 12th, Joe Smiles waiting on the line. We'll go back and forward with the race leader. He's done really well, hasn't he? In fact, so he's managed to retake the lead of the race off of Admin, who was the race leader, wasn't it? But they seem to be swapping for quite a few laps. But it's looking like Incy may have come out the victor in this one. Admin now not close enough to get that slipstream. He's just going to be eating that dirty air, isn't it? But what a great show from the BMW boys. Surely bringing it home first and second. And here we go. So we are coming to the start finish line. Incy with a flash of the lights there. He takes the checkered flag. That's a great race there from Incy. Admin second place. Great racing, Admin. Toby managing to make it up to third. So cracking racing there from Toby. Well done, mate. Love Rocket fourth. Well done, Love Rocket. He actually got the fastest lap at the end there with 8:12.599. We got Wadru fifth. So Wadru managing to make it up to fifth. Paul is sixth. Grasshopper coming in seventh, and then Wayne G and Mawson. Is Mawson going to retake it? No, he isn't. Wayne G, he managed to take that place at the end there, 8th place. Mawson 9th, Moz 10th. Conrad. So fair play to Love Rocket. Absolutely blistering lap there at the end there, an 8:12.599. He'll definitely be smiling at that one. So as Conrad comes through the final sector, it's coming through the few final turns now. He's going to take home 11th place. We've got Chuck. Chuck way off the back of the field. Definitely having a few more moments than he would have liked. It is going to be a reverse grid for the next race though, so be interesting to see if he fares a bit better from the front. Just looking like he didn't quite have the pace in that GTR tonight. In this first race anyway. Hopefully some mechanical or electrical gremlins that his pit crew will get on top of and get sorted for the next race. Obviously you don't want them to be plaguing you when you're at the front of the grid. There we go, Chuck, he takes 12th. And then Jerry Smiles will finish in 13th. Well, that was it, guys. That was the first race from the penultimate round from the Ultimate Racing League's League 1 drivers, and I will be back tomorrow with race 2. I've been your boy Bex. Good night.